my wonderful fifth graders. What we're going to be doing today is we are going to be talking about perspective, 1 point perspective to be exact. So 1 point perspective is basically where all of your lines, they converge or they go in to 1 point. This is what makes something look realistic. It makes it look like it's going back instead of just everything looking like it's sitting flat on a table. It has some depth. So we're gonna practice some 1 point perspective today. Next week, we're going to be working on still lives. So this week and this weekend, if you guys have any time at all, just remember that the assignments that I post, they are optional for enrichment, which what that means is it's for you to get better at your craft, at what you guys are passionate about, which is art. So if you're creating art on your own, you're listening to the videos and you're deciding to do different projects, I would still love to see those because I have to mark that you're participating. And so I need to see some sort of art that you guys are doing. So 1 point perspective, what you're gonna need is you're gonna need a regular piece of paper or your sketchbook. You're gonna need a ruler or some sort of straight object, so like a book works, or like a flat piece of wood works. Anything can work as long as it's a straight line. And then you're gonna need a pencil and an eraser. Most of your pencils have erasers at the end. Mine doesn't. I obviously use that up. Look at your paper. You're gonna look to where like your halfway mark is, and you're going to put your dots somewhere along this like halfway mark over here. I would suggest putting it on the right side because a lot of us are right-handed and it's a little bit easier to see that. So I'm just gonna put a dot right here. I'm not going super hard because we're gonna end up erasing. First thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna practice drawing a box and having the box look 3D, look like it's coming out. How we do that is we follow 1 point perspective. And you're just gonna make a box, so it's gonna have 4 sides. So actually I'll use my ruler. I'm not gonna cheat. Now, 1 point perspective is basically going to look like it's coming from this point. This is our vanishing point. It is where everything is going to vanish to. So what that means is that I'm going to look at my box here. If it's vanishing to this point right here, then I can see only 3 spots of my box that are going to show. Depending on where you guys put your box, next to where your vanishing point is, it depends on how many sides of the box you're going to see. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to line up my ruler from my vanishing point to one edge of my box that I know is going to show, right here. Okay, then I'm going to line up my other side that I know is going to show right here to my vanishing point again. Now, I said that I was going to be able to see this, but you know what? I really don't think I'm able to. I think I'm barely able to see anything, so it doesn't really matter. Now, you can keep your boxes to where they're connected like this, or if you want them to look a little bit more like a box instead of like coming from this point right here, you can cut them off like this and like that. Then you'll take your eraser and you're just gonna erase your connecting lines. Don't erase your vanishing point quite yet because you're gonna need it. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys different boxes and how that's gonna look with your vanishing point. So I could put a box above and I'm only gonna have one side that shows. So if I draw a box that is directly above my vanishing point, this is what's going to happen. I have a box right here. Here's my vanishing point. I can see these sides. You remember, when you're drawing your lines, you shouldn't go through your box. This isn't a see-through box. If you want it to be a see-through box, then you can put your lines going all the way through, but that's not necessary. Okay? And also I can touch this point without going through my box. So I'm gonna touch my vanishing point and touch the edge. Bam! Now, all I have to do is cut it off so it can look like the other one. The more boxes that you add, the more it's gonna look like they're all diverging into the vanishing point. You don't even have to be this close to your vanishing point. I can go all the way over here and I can still make it look, my box look realistic. So I'm gonna draw a big old rectangle for this one. Now this one, I have 3 sides that are gonna show, right? Because I can touch my vanishing point and my ruler to the edges without crossing over to 3 points. Okay, so I'm gonna touch it to my furthest point first. I'm seeing my vanishing point, I'm seeing the edge of the box. I'm gonna draw a straight line. Now I'm gonna go to my next one and my next one. Okay, looks pretty cool. Again, if you want to keep it where it's attached to the vanishing point, go for it. But if you wanted to cut it off, then you can do that too. It doesn't matter how far you cut it off at. But do you guys see how I'm using my ruler even to cut this off? This line right here is going to be straight. It's going to mirror this line right here. Same thing with over here. When you're cutting it off, your line is going to be straight. My line is straight right here. I'm just going to drag it down and make another straight line. Then, like I showed you guys before, we're just gonna erase our connecting lines. Okay, so I want you guys to practice making boxes. If you like to do this, I love doing these. Once you have some practice and you've tried it out, you've done a few boxes in different areas. Again, if you put a box down here, I'll show you what's gonna happen. If you put boxes that are below, I'm sure you guys get the point, but just in case. Okay. Again, I have 3 sides because I'm not directly above. So touching the edge to my vanishing point, touching the edge to my vanishing point, touching that little mini edge to my vanishing point. Okay, and again, I'm mirroring this line. It's going to be a straight line. I'm going to make this one a little longer. Okay, and this straight line right here, I'm barely going to see that because, okay, and erase. So I want you guys to practice boxes. If you like the way the boxes are turning out and you want to try something even more advanced, you guys can do lettering. So 3D lettering or one perspective lettering is a little bit more challenging. So if you would like to just do the boxes, you guys can stop the video now. You don't have to continue and watch the lettering. If you'd like to know how to do the lettering, continue watching.